Alright, today we're going to look at Lesson 10, Tax and Tip. And remember, tax is an amount that is paid to the government. Tip, sometimes called gratuity, is something we pay for a service that we get. Whether it be we pay it to our server for serving us a food at a restaurant, or we pay it to our hairstylist for cutting our hair. We pay for a service. So we started with this problem. We have a city, and we didn't do city 1 and city 2, but we're buying some items in city 3. And we bought paper towels, a lamp, a pack of gum, and laundry soap. And it says, what is the tax rate? And tax rate is the percentage. And so I could look at this and I could go, well, I paid 58 cents for my $8 paper towels. And if I do y over x, 58 divided by 8 gives me 0.0725, which would be 7.25%. But if I try that on our lamp and I multiply 25 by 0.0725, I actually get $1.81. Well, let's try and see what the tax rate is on our lamp. $1.83 divided by $25 gives us 0.0732 or 7.32%. But if I do that to my $1 pack of gum, I do get 7 cents. But if I just do the pack of gum without rounding, because on the pack of gum multiplying by 0.0732, I get 0.0732, and rounded to the nearest penny would be 7 cents for a total of $1.07. If I do 0.7 divided by 1, though, I get exactly 0.07 or 7%. So does this mean it's not proportional? No. What it's telling me is that some of my amounts were rounded amounts, so I'm not exactly sure what my percentage is. I know it's not exactly 7%, because if I multiply $8 by 0.07, that gives me 56 cents, not 58 cents. And it gives me 56 cents exactly. I didn't round it. So I know it has to be more than 7%. So we could find our average of those. We could add our 3% together and then divide by 3, and we get 7.19%. Question B says, for the sales tax on the laundry soap, Kieran says it's 84 cents. Lynn says it should be 87 cents. Well, if we take $12, or if I take the 84 cents from Kieran and divide by 12, we get 0.07 or 7%. So Kieran was using the pack of gum rate. If I take Lynn's 87 cents and divide it by 12, I get 0.0725 or 7.25%. So that means that Lynn was using the paper towel percentage. So what this is telling me is I can't just check one thing when it comes to money. I have to check and see if we were rounding. We're looking at a restaurant. Now, subtotal is the total amount before tax and tip is added on. So the subtotal for this person's was the breadsticks plus the ravioli bites plus the cheesecake. Now, we're using a tax rate of 9.5%. So as a decimal, that's 0.095. How much would their sales tax be on their subtotal? So we're just going to multiply $24.95 times 0.095, and we get 2.37025. But we have to round up because, well, we have to round because of money. So I look over, that's a 0. So the sales tax is going to be $2.37. Another person's sales tax is $1.61. We're missing their subtotal. So if I think of X being my subtotal and Y being my sales tax, I know that 0.095 times X gives me my sales tax. And I know that my sales tax is $1.61. We're going to divide by 0.095, and we end up with X is, we get 16.947, but again, rounding for money, it is $16.95. Well, Jade is eating a meal in a restaurant, and she adds up the prices on the menu for everything that they ordered, and she got $42. When the check comes, it says they also need to pay $3.99 in sales tax. So what percentage of the subtotal is the tax? Well, we can just do $3.99 divided by 42. If you want to put it in a table, we have our subtotal and our tax. Subtotal is 42, tax is $3.99. Constant proportionality, y divided by x, so $3.99 divided by 42, and that gives us 0.095, which is 9.5% sales tax. After the tax, the total is $45.99. What percentage of the subtotal is the total? So 42, but now instead of tax, I want the total. So $45.99. So if we do $45.99 divided by 42, we get 1.095 or 109.5%. And that makes sense because tax is an increase percent. And so we have 100 plus our tax rate to get our total rate. So they actually pay $52.99. The additional $7 is a tip for the server. What percentage of the subtotal is the tip? So subtotal, tip. Subtotal is what I'm starting with, 42. So 7 divided by 42 is 0.16 repeating, or about, we can round, 16.7%.